after last week's episode, someone, or maybe 2 weeks ago, someone wrote in saying, "Hey, what do you think of the new Kendrick album?" And you sounded very hip and with it, and were like, "Yeah, man, fucking, I'm gonna go see Kendrick and the new album I've downloaded. I'm waiting to listen to it." And I sat there feeling like the squarest square on the block because I don't know who Kendrick Lamar is or anything. So I've spent a week listening to Kendrick Lamar. And fair to say, I still don't really know who Kendrick Lamar is. There's not one song that I could tell you the name of. There wasn't one hook that came out. I was like, oh, that song. Like it all, I liked it. I enjoyed it, but nothing has really sort of, settled in my brain as of yet. And so then I thought, well, I need to go.
You know what it is, by the way? I'm going to say this because I did a big long road trip. And so perfect environment to spend some time with an album. So these will just be quick. So 2 things that I have very much enjoyed in this last week. Bo Burnham has released a offcuts and B-sides and stuff from Inside, like a year to the day. It's basically another comedy special. It's fucking so good. It's on YouTube for free. I would recommend that people check that out. But the other thing is I was like, I'm going to spend some time with this new Kendrick album. I'm going to see because it does take a bit of listening, I think, to get into it. And that was the perfect environment. Long highway. You can turn it up really loud. Like no one gives a fuck if you want to skip back and listen to a song again because you're like, oh yeah, okay, I get that song now. I want to have another listen, all that sort of stuff. But then I had to stop and have like a Gruen meeting in the middle of this road trip. So I'm sitting in the car, 2 dogs in the back, like on my laptop.
That sounds like a Kendrick lyric. Stop my car, 2 dogs in the back. I get stopped by a cop. Why? Because I'm black?
Yeah.
It's like, Will, don't sing that ever.
So just me and my dogs. So the dogs are in the back and I'm on I've had to find like a roadside stop where there's like 5G so I can hotspot to have this meeting. And so I'm having the meeting and I realize that after a while, the car's just getting like a little bit warm, like I've turned off all the air conditioning and whatever. So I can have silence for the meeting. And I'm like, oh, it's getting a bit warm in here and I've got the dogs in the back. So, I better turn on the air conditioning, right? So I think so I'm doing a read. I'm literally reading the script and like we're playing clips in and everybody's there in the meeting. And I think I can just really subtly reach down and push the on button and that'll turn on the air conditioning and the dogs will get a little air in the back. But instead, of course, it turns on what I was listening to at full fucking volume. So in the middle of this thing, just out of nowhere, Kendrick just starts fucking blasting full on in the middle of my meeting. And I'm like, oh, yeah, oops. Yeah, I did not think that through.
Well, it shows the difference in our 2 lifestyles because you're able to really just like soak in a Kendrick album on a long road trip with your 2 dogs. Whereas I was trying to listen to it during bath time with Iona. That's because generally I'll have like long periods of time where I can actually put some music on. And
great movie, by the way, bath time with Iona.
It's depressing. It's a very existentialist drama.
Yeah. Won like 8 Academy Awards though. People don't know that.
To see the full video, join our Patreon.
Patreon.com/TOFOP.